comparative advantage was first developed by David Ricardo. According to David Ricardo, as one country has an absolute advantage in the production of soybeans and in the production of textile, so we have to search about something new, which is the comparative advantage, which is the highest advantage or the lowest disadvantage. So in this case, we cannot rely on a comparison between number of hours required to produce a single unit of soybeans in country A and in country B. But we have to add one more step, which is the relative price. We have to compare the relative price of the production of soybeans in country A and in country B. So relative price, as we said before, is calculated as BS over BT. This is relative price of soybeans in country A and in country B. Where is the price of the commodity? As we said in the assumptions that labor is the relevant factor of production. In this part we said that the nominal price of the commodity will be determined by wage rate multiplied by number of hours required to produce a single unit of this commodity. So relative price of soybeans in country A will be wage rates multiplied by 3, which is number of hours required to produce a single unit of soybeans in country A. And with respect to textiles, the wage rate multiplied by 6. We can cancel wages together. So from a schedule, we can calculate relative price in country B as follows. Price of soybeans will be 12 divided by 8. This is half and this is 1.5. So based on relative price, we are going to select the country that has the lowest relative price. From this we can conclude that country A has a comparative advantage in the production of soybeans. So country A will specialize in the production of soybeans. Then we have to calculate relative price with respect to textile. With respect to textile, it's gonna be 6 over 3 and 8 over 12. This is 2 and this is 0.75, I think. This means that country B has a comparative advantage in the production of textile. And then we are going to follow the same steps. Calculate production after specialization. Country A will specialize in the production of soybeans. Total number of hours 9. They can produce 3 units in 3 hours. So production after specialization will be 3 units of soybeans and 0 textile. With respect to country B, they are going to specialize in textile. Total number of hours is 20. They are going to produce 1 unit of textile in 8 hours. So they are going to produce 2.5 units and 0 soybeans. World gain. World gain will be calculated as after minus before. Before in this case is 1, 1, 1, 1. 3 minus 1, 2. 0 minus 1, negative 1. 0 minus 1, negative 1. 2.5 minus 1, 1.5. So world gain is the summation of the column. It's 1 and 0.5. So due to specialization, world production of soybeans will increase by 1 and of textile will increase by 0.5. Example. Okay, required which country has an absolute advantage in S and which in T. Number 2, which country has a comparative advantage in S and which in T. What is the relative price of S and T? What is the world production after specialization? Finally, what is the world gain? Okay, number 1. Which country has a comparative advantage in the production of has an absolute advantage in the production of soybeans and which in textile? So here we are going to compare between number of hours required to produce a single unit of soybeans in country A and in country B. This is number of hours. So with respect to soybeans, country B has an absolute advantage in its production. With respect to textile, country B has an absolute advantage in its production. This means that country B has an absolute advantage in the production of soybeans and textile. Number 2. Which country has a comparative advantage in the production of soybeans and which in textile? In order to be able to answer number 2, we have to answer number 3 before number 2. So we have to calculate the relative price of soybeans in country A and relative price of soybeans in country B. In country A it's 10/20, which is half, and in country B it's 5/5, which is 1. So country A has a comparative advantage in the production of soybeans. With respect to textile, we have to calculate relative price of textile in both countries. It's 20/10, which is 2, and 5/5, which is 1. So country B has a comparative advantage in the production of textile. This means that country A will specialize in soybeans and the country B will specialize in textile. Point number 3, this is its answer. Point number 2 الانسر بتاعها هيبقى comparative advantage soybeans country A, and with respect to textile it's country B. Okay, point number 4. Wallet production after specialization. Okay, after specialization, country A will specialize in soybeans. Country A produces 1 unit in 10 hours. They are going to work 30 hours. So they can produce 3 units of soybeans and 0 textile. Country B will specialize in the production of textile. It produces 1 unit in 5 hours. They are going to work for 10 hours. So they can produce 2 units of textile and 0 soybeans. This is production after specialization. Before specialization is gonna be 1 1 1 1. Point number 5 is to calculate world gain or loss from specialization and the trades. World gain or loss is calculated as the difference between production after specialization and production before specialization. So it's 3 minus 1, 2, 0 minus 1, negative 1, 0 minus 1, negative 1, 2 minus 1, 1. In order to calculate world gain, it's gonna be summation of S in 2 countries. So it's 1, and with respect to T, it is 0. So after specialization, world production of soybeans is going to increase by 1 unit, and world production of textile will not increase. It's 0. Okay, this is the end of this point. Thank you.